Welcome to Trueunseen Crime, where the shadows hold secrets and the truth is never what it seems. If you love gripping mysteries and real crime suspense, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Now, let's dive into today's chilling case. Disclaimer: this story is based on real events, but has been carefully narrated to align with community guidelines. Viewer discretion is advised. Trueunseen Crime does not condone violence or vigilante justice. This content is meant for awareness and discussion on justice and security matters. Title: Shadows of Uromi, a jungle justice tragedy. The sun had barely risen over the quiet town of Uromi when chaos erupted. The streets, lined with market stalls and old colonial buildings, became the setting of a horrifying spectacle, one that would haunt the town forever. A rickety truck rolled into town, carrying 7 men, strangers to the locals. Their presence stirred murmurs, then whispers, and soon, suspicions. News had spread like wildfire about recent kidnappings in the area, and the fear in the air was almost suffocating. When one of the men was seen carrying a locally crafted firearm, the alarm was raised. "Kidnappers," someone screamed. In an instant, the town turned into a battlefield of raw, unfiltered fear. Men and women, armed with sticks, tools, and desperation, surrounded the truck. The strangers barely had time to explain. Their voices were drowned out by the crowd's deafening accusations. "They took Mama Osaro last week. They must be the ones. We can't let them escape." Panic-stricken, the 7 men raised their hands in surrender, pleading for a chance to speak. Some claimed they were hunters, traveling for the festive season. But in a town paralyzed by fear, reason had long been abandoned. The crowd had already made up its mind. The first blow landed. Then another. And another. Within moments, hands, sticks, and stones became instruments of judgment. The air reeked of desperation as the accused men were dragged through the dusty streets. Someone set the truck ablaze, and the flames hungrily devoured the metal husk, sending thick, black smoke curling into the sky. By the time the authorities arrived, it was too late. The evidence of the incident lay in the scorched remains, in the silence of the lifeless bodies that once pleaded for mercy. The governor condemned the act, vowing that justice would be served. But the question remained: was justice truly served that day, or had innocent blood been spilled in a blind act of fear? A few days later, whispers began circulating. A security expert suggested that the men were, in fact, not criminals but mere travelers caught at the wrong place, at the wrong time. If true, then Uromi had just committed an irreversible mistake, harming the innocent. The town remained eerily silent in the days that followed. The same voices that once called for retribution now trembled in uncertainty. The same hands that acted in rage now clutched rosaries and prayer beads. The weight of doubt hung heavily over Uromi. Had they truly eradicated evil, or had they become it? The concerns of Nigerians in the diaspora. For Nigerians living abroad, the news of mob justice in their homeland is deeply troubling. Many have left the country in search of safety, stability, and justice, yet stories like this remind them of the chaos they fled. The fear that innocent lives can be taken so swiftly, without trial or proof, leaves many disillusioned about the state of law and order back home. Social media erupted with debates, with some defending the crowd's actions as a necessary response in a lawless land, while others lamented the loss of due process. Diaspora Nigerians worry: if this can happen to strangers in Uromi, what about travelers, returnees, or innocent civilians caught in the wrong place at the wrong time? The lack of trust in the police and judiciary fuels these extrajudicial actions, and until the system is reformed, the cycle may never end. Social media reactions and public outcry. The horrifying images and videos of the incident quickly spread across social media, igniting fierce debates among Nigerians both at home and abroad. On Twitter, hashtags like #JungleJustice, #UromiKillings, and #JusticeForTheInnocent began trending, with users expressing outrage, sorrow, and conflicting opinions. At Niger Justice, this is why we need a working justice system. Innocent people are being harmed, because of mob paranoia. Edo State must act fast. At Diaspora Nigerian, this is terrifying. My heart is heavy. If this can happen in Uromi, it can happen anywhere. Innocent people are suffering, and we call it justice. At Street Vigilante, we are tired. Every day, criminals terrorize our people. If the government won't act, communities will. At Legalize Nigeria, mob justice is not justice. If these men were guilty, they should have been tried in a court of law. Nigeria, we must do better. At Survivor 101, I was once accused wrongly in my own town. If I had been unlucky, I could have been harmed too. This has to stop. Videos of the brutal incident were swiftly removed from social media due to graphic content policies, but not before millions had already seen and shared them. The incident divided the online community. Some believed the crowd had no choice given the rate of kidnappings in Edo State, while others warned that such actions could lead to further loss of innocent lives. Meanwhile, human rights organizations and activists condemned the act, calling on the Nigerian government to take immediate steps to prevent further occurrences. The pressure from social media intensified demands for an official investigation, with international organizations also weighing in on the tragedy. The government's response and the way forward. The Edo State government swiftly condemned the act, vowing to bring those responsible to justice. Security officials have been dispatched to investigate, but skepticism lingers. Too many times, perpetrators of mob justice have gone unpunished, emboldening more communities to take the law into their own hands. Experts argue that the only way forward is systemic reform, improving security responses, ensuring speedy trials for suspects, and restoring faith in the justice system. Community sensitization is also critical. People must be educated on the dangers of extrajudicial actions and the need to trust the legal process. Ultimately, Uromi's tragedy is a stark reminder of the fragility of justice in a country battling insecurity. If lessons are not learned, the streets may continue to run with the blood of the innocent and guilty alike. Thank you for watching Trueunseen Crime. If you found this story compelling, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, sometimes the scariest monsters walk among us. Until next time, this is Trueunseen Crime signing out.